The largest number of protesters, both supporting and opposing Trump, have gathered across from the courthouse in Lower Manhattan.
The former president encouraged protests last month after announcing that he was expected to be arrested.
We want to bring in now a CBS News consultant, Richard Esposito. He also happens to be a former deputy commissioner of New York City's police department. So good to have you with us, Richard. So authorities say at this point that there have been no credible threats. How does that make it more difficult, perhaps even, to prepare? What is the NYPD doing right now?
Right now, they have a team of people who look at radicals, extremists, who motivated for hate crime, scrubbing the internet, and working. They have undercover officers as well. There are a stream of threats coming in now against DA Bragg. This morning, we just learned. Those threats, credible or not, they're going to take them very seriously. They're email threats, much as came out when they announced they were going to indict. They threatened bombs, they threatened detonators. But the NYPD has swept that building. They did so at midnight, and they did so again this morning, and there's a team of bomb technicians parked right across the street. So they've got that managed. What they're looking for when they look at the threats is this credible? Do we know this actor? Can they get here? Are they here? They look at all the elements that make a threat more or less real.
You know, one thing we have not seen, and this is just, from our reporting and just looking at multiple threads of the groups that, not threats, but threads of the groups that have tended to support the former president, we haven't seen a choreography of, efforts to launch protests. We haven't seen masses of people showing up in New York. And of course, New York City might be a harder place to organize protests given just the logistics, the parking, the tolls. But what kind of coordination has the NYPD had to foresee perhaps a massive protest? Not of the legs that we're seeing there right now, but, how do they prepare for it?
Well, if you would ask them, they would tell you, we've done this thousands of times, right? He was the president, so motorcades through the city to his building to downtown happened all the time. The Secret Service, the New York City Police Department have rehearsed this and rehearsed this and rehearsed this. Size of convoys, what streets get closed. So that's how they take care of him. How they take care of protests, if you stop and you think about the United Nations and the size of protest in front of them, sometimes there's several thousand, 50,000 people. Yeah. Again, they've got it worked out. So it starts at the policy level. How are we going to handle it? Where are we going to allow it? What kinds of speech do we want to make sure we protect? And it gets right down to the nitty gritty. Who's going to be on what corner?
And you can't be just anywhere. I mean, what I saw this morning was I saw a protester with a large flag, and I could see that police were saying, no, this is where you protest. You can't be here. That's media. So it seems to be very well orchestrated there.
That's right. There's a very experienced police supervisor who runs that, and he has done it many, many times. You make sure people have a line of sight to the thing they're protesting. You make sure they don't interfere with other people's activities, traffic, the media, and you give them a place that's satisfactory for them to present their point of view.
Rich, I also want to follow up with you, though, on a point that you're making, because while the NYPD is the best trained when it comes to something like this, and they have a precedent in presidents and former presidents and big events like this, if this case goes to trial, that is in many ways unprecedented because it's going to potentially take a long time. This might continue for a long time. What would that then look like security-wise, and maybe who pays for it?
I think that is probably the best question you could ask about security, not what happens today, but what happens over months and months and months. Without a doubt, you get fatigue, you get resource fatigue, you have budget issues. Everyone will say, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. But sitting in there watching people go over budgets during the time I was there, we're talking dozens of millions of dollars in overtime. So all of those things start to come in. The DA needs protection. The defendant needs whatever coordination of his security. And people like us who ride the subways and the buses, we want to be sure we're safe. So that's a long process, and that's going to take a lot of planning that just keeps getting retinkered and retweaked. Yeah.
There might be more time for that to coordinate, it looks like, especially given, the past experiences with the former president dealing with legal issues. They say the tactic is delay. Richard Esposito, thank you so much for your wisdom.
Thank you very much.